Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So I know some of you are not really interested in the lower class racing, so for my Nagmies this week, or Eyecatchers this week, I've split them into groups, looking at some feature races and also those that are not going to be in feature races, class 6 handicaps, and they're going to be in a different video. I think there's going to be 4 videos in total, all for different reasons. So this video here is all about the feature races and horses from those races that will probably be on the Saturdays. I've also found suggested targets for all of these horses. So let's begin. We'll start off with the first one, who was Deodar. Finished 5th at Newmarket in a good handicap over 6 furlongs. He was on the wrong side. If you actually cut the race and look at his side, he's won his side by a long way. And he was very good. He's just been beaten by horses down the near side that have had the run of the race, really. So don't give up on Deodar. Finishing 5th, it's probably okay for him in the fact that he might not go up in the handicap. Sometimes if you're unlucky and you're on the wrong side and you finish 2nd or 3rd, you end up going up £1, £2, and that just, in feature handicaps and competitive handicaps, that can be the difference. Hopefully, by finishing 5th, he won't move in the handicap. And I actually think he's ready to go up to 7 furlongs now. And I think the race that I'd be looking at is this Moet and Chandon International Stakes on the 23rd of July at Ascot. Interestingly, that's actually my birthday. I think I've got a few for the 23rd. 23rd. So there's 3. If any of these 3 win these races on the 23rd of July, I will give a member who retweets one of my tweets about these Eyecatchers a month's worth of ratings for free. A month. If any of those 3 win and you've retweeted my tweet about these Eyecatchers. So the first one, as I said, Deodar stepping up to 7 furlongs. I think he was on the wrong side at Newmarket, and yet he still ran well. He's very unexposed. He's still improving. Don't give up on Deodar. The second horse I want to talk about is Mayland Sea, who finished 6th, last of 6, in the Duchess of Cambridge Stakes. Yeah, that was too bad to be true. I think she's pulled so hard early that's just cost her any chance, and jockey's been quite gentle on her once the chance is gone. The suggestion would be, the obvious suggestion would be to drop in trip, but I don't actually think she needs a drop in trip. I don't think she needs to go back to 5. I think purely a better pace, a stronger pace. They crawled at the front, and that just really upset Mayland Sea. She's better than that, and the fact that she's now going to have a 6 next to her name, or her form figures, you'll probably get a bigger price next time than you should do. Where do I think she'll go? This race here, the Princess Margaret Keeneland Stakes, over 6 furlongs. It's a 2-year-old race, which obviously she is, and yeah, I think that'll be absolutely fine for her. I don't think she needs to go up in trip. Back to Ascot will suit. I don't think she needs to go down in trip, sorry. Back to Ascot will suit, and I think you might get a better price for her if she was to turn up there. The third horse I'm going to talk about is a horse called Isla K, who, I don't know what they were doing on Isla K. This is the 2nd time on the trot that they've gone too hard from the front. And considering post-race before the weekend, the trainer would come out and said, I thought we did really well considering where we were in the Royal Hunt Cup. How much of the work that the horse did to then go forward again and, didn't just go forward, had kicked clear with 3 furlongs to go, I think. Way too early. I thought that was a poor ride, to be honest. I thought he's got his fractions completely wrong there, Rowan Scott, and I think he can certainly bounce back Isla K in another race next time. Where do I think he could go? The obvious one is where do I think he could go? This race here. It's a 7 furlong race, or it's just short of a mile, at York. Well, I think he's run well before. Disappointed a bit there. Did finish 2nd, 2 runs ago, or 5 runs ago, sorry, 6 runs ago now, over course and distance. achieving a good figure. That one there. That's where I think Eyecatchers should go. It's a decent race. Again, having finished 4th, I can't see the handicapper adjusting him. It might drop him maybe £1, which would be ideal. But yeah, he just needs to be weighted with, or just don't go as hard at the front. You can still go forward, but not as early as he did. That would be my suggestion for Eyecatchers. To York, it's not until the 18th of August, so it's a little while. Gives him a month off the track to recover from 2 races where he's probably done too much. The next horse I want to talk about, this is an obvious one for me. I highlighted this a couple of runs ago now, and it's Venturous. Go back and watch that race from Venturous. He has finished best of all in this handicap over 5 at Ascot. Won't move in the handicap because he's finished 6th, not 1st, 2nd or 3rd. It was a good race. The right horses were towards the 4. Yeah, when he runs in this Bet Dash over 6, a race he's won before, I'd be very, very hopeful of a big run. And if we can, if everyone ignores this run and you can get like 33s, 40s, 50 to 1 for the Bet Dash next time on the 23rd of July, yeah, I'd be very, very keen on that. As I said, go back and watch the race. Go back and watch where he's come from. He's come from a mile back. That's what he does. But he likes 6 furlongs. He likes York. There's plenty of positives and plenty of reasons to go for that race on the 23rd of July. Moving on to the Bunbury Cup, there was an obvious one here, I felt, for me. Jumbie. I said before the race, or I said after he ran at Ascot, he just needed a one move in the race. So what happens sometimes is you get a horse and they travel, and then you want to be able to go, and as you're going, get a clear run and be able to go all the way to the line. At Ascot, he had to go, going, no, we're stopping, going, no, we're stopping, going, no, we're stopping, because of the horses in front of him. At Newmarket, it looked like it was going well. Christophe Soumillon went for a gap, and the gap closed on him. Just when he was travelling best of all, I think he would have won with a clear run. I really do. He finished 3rd at Ascot, and I think bless him, had finished 7th in the Royal Hunt Cup. Jumbie just has a bit more pace. He's going to win one. When he did eventually get out, he then hung across the track as well. He's done really well to finish 3rd. He just needs that one run where he gets a clear run and is able to make one consistent move rather than stop, start, or being hampered. Where do I think he could go? Stewards Cup. Really like him for the Stewards Cup. If he turns up in the Stewards Cup, as long as he gets a run, which isn't always guaranteed at Goodwood, to be fair, but if he does turn up at Goodwood for the Stewards Cup, I'd be very, very hopeful of a big run again. And as soon as he gets a clear run, he'll win a big race. 2 to go, and this time we're going to talk about one from the John Smith's Cup, and that was Intelligent. Finished 3rd, ran a good race, still lightly raced in England. He just found himself too far back. Not through his own, Adam Kirby did nothing wrong, he just found himself too far back. He's made relentless ground at the finish, but hasn't got there in time. I think the nature of the track, the turn, has just gone against him, that he's ended up finding himself so far back. But he's definitely going to pop up in one of these races soon. I did suggest potentially coming back here for this Sky Bet finale. It's decent prize money again. It's over the same course and distance, 1 mile 2 and 56 yards. If they find himself in mid-division rather than right out the back or towards the back of the field, I think he'll be able to run them down next time. So Intelligent, the race is on the 20th of August, is where I'd be looking at for him. I do like him. I still think he's improving. Or I still think he's ahead of his mark when he gets a clear run and just doesn't find himself so far back. The final one I want to talk about is Corker. Now this is an interesting one because I think Royal Acclaim, the trainer's suggesting goes for the Nunthorpe next. Well, okay, if you take that out of the race and then you take out that Corker was on the wrong side, I think Corker if he'd been over the far side with Royal Acclaim and Mondamage, would have finished second. Well, if that's the case, and he finished second to a Group 1 horse, who I think is favourite for the Group 1 Nunthorpe, Corker's clearly better than, listed company. But he's currently rated 104, I think. If the handicapper leaves him alone, I'd be going for a race like this. Run him in a handicap. Don't run him in a listed race. Prize money's okay, but I think that would work out more prize money for the winner at York. It's back at York, where we know Corker can run well then, because he's finished third. Go and win a lucrative handicap before then stepping up in class again. He's only 3. I think he's still improving. I think he was unlucky at Ascot, and I think he's bumped into one here and been on the wrong side to beat Mondamage. If they go for a handicap, you'd be disappointed if you found a Royal Acclaim or something like that in a handicap. And I just think, if he's drawn on the wrong side, on the right side next time at York, he could certainly win that handicap on the 17th of August. So there's a few horses, feature race horses. As I said, I'm going to do a few other videos. Horses that will bounce back, I think. Horses that were unlucky or bumped into one. So there's a few more videos to come. But this one was all about your Saturday horses and where I think we could find some winners in the near future.